familiar sound from What It Takes Radio means it's another adventure into the transplant zone as we're finding out that Gary has to stay in the hospital. Here's the story. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the transplant zone, and it's a Tuesday afternoon, flowing into the evening, and Gary has just sent this little note to me, and here we go. He is now on a list for a transplant, a heart transplant. But it takes away everything in life because they are now asking him to stay in the hospital and wait and be ready. And so that's how he has to live now. And he still wants to continue to tell you a little bit more about his life and what is happening. So very briefly, he said, Stan, send my good friends in the transplant zone this little message, and I ask them to continue to pray and think about me as I am now in the midst of the transplant zone at the hospital at Duke, and who knows how long I'm going to be here until I can get my heart transplant. So once again, that's the story. We continue to share it with you. But as Gary and I said, well, we'll just be talking to a lot of people in the hospital and a lot of people who are also in the transplant zone. Maybe this is why the providence and why God wants us to do this program from the Duke Hospital. Let's see where that leads us. Again, thoughts and prayers to all. And to those of you in the transplant zone, please keep watching. Please keep thinking. Please keep recommending us to others, and we would be grateful. Here is just the simple message from Gary today.
All right. This is Gary registered with the transplant zone, and guess what? The doctor said they're going to keep me until I get my heart. It may be 2 months, 3 months, but it doesn't matter. You know, we're in on this, and I appreciate y'all, and if you know anybody that's having a transplant or wants to talk about it or needs to know about it, just send them to the transplant zone. And we have our own web page and everything else. And here's my ball and chain now. So I have to walk around with my IV. So I am walking about 50 laps. And I'm going to cut it short because I have to send it. And if I talk too much, it's harder to send. But anyway, y'all take care, and I'll talk to you later.